Today, let's start in child's pose. All right. So a really nice place to start. Just like a really nice relaxing place to start. And a really easy pose to breathe in also. So, if you want to move around a little bit, move around. And then just start to ease into to your breath. Ease into a nice deep breath. And then eventually just let the movement, slow down and then find a spot where you're just nice and still. If it feels good, just let the body completely relax. And the only thing to do is breathe. And with every exhale, just letting your body relax a little bit further. So letting the face relax, letting the eyes relax. Let the back of the neck and the shoulders relax. And if it feels good, you can take the inhale down into that's the lower back. Just kind of breathe some space in your lower back. And as you exhale, just let the hips get nice and heavy. Relax the ankles and relax the feet. Very nice. And if your lower back is a little bit tight today, like mine, then feel free just to take a really deep breath and again breathe into your lower back. And then just hold the breath for like 2 or 3 seconds. And then exhale nice and slowly and just really focus on the softening and the release. Alright, good. And no matter how you're breathing, let's just take 3 more deep, full breaths. Alright, good. 1 more full breath. Alright, and then when you're ready, start to reach the arms forward, and then let's come up into downward facing dog. Alright, so really take your time to get there. Go kind of slow, and really feel the earth in your transitions too. And see if you can just go a little bit slower today, and maybe especially during the transitions, even like when you're in a pose and you're moving, right? It's kind of like a little transition, just kind of getting a little bit more, stable into the pose. But just really take your time on the movements. Right? It'll help if you're really connected with your breath and you're really taking some nice deep breaths, smooth breaths. Right, good. And then just feeling it out, right? Feeling how the body feels. There you go, good. And then try to relax the neck, try to relax the face. It's we're definitely working here. We're building strength, but really we're trying to go against the status quo as we've been taught, and not look like we're working really hard, like grinding the teeth, clenching the fists, but working with as much ease as we can. Alright, great. And then if you're in some stillness, let's just take 2 more deep full breaths. Alright, so you can inhale, just kind of feel space, maybe feel the hips lifting like a hot air balloon. And then as you exhale, just feeling the floor, really grounding, exhaling from the core, feeling your strength at the core. And then 1 more full breath. Alright, great. And then from here, let's walk the hands back to the feet. And we'll come into a forward fold at the back of the mat. Alright, so keep the feet apart, about hips distance, maybe shoulders distance, and then bend the knees a lot. Relax the head, shake out the neck. And then, if you want to, you can wrap the fingers around the elbows, you can sway from side to side. If you want to, even you can bounce. It feels nice sometimes. Okay, and then just start to, wake up the whole back side of the body. Waking it up by introducing it to a nice stretch and introducing it to how to relax, instead of like shaking the bed and yelling at somebody. Just wake them up really gradually, kind of like how the sun just comes up really gradually, wakes all the animals up. Alright, go. Let's take 2 more deep full breaths. Really let the head hang. Right, let the neck relax. Alright, great. And then release the arms down to the floor, and let's walk back forward to down dog. Alright, cool. So in down dog, really connect your hands, right? So really spread the fingers. Try and press down the base of the index knuckles. Go nice. And then from the fingertips all the way up to the shoulders, nice and strong. And again, a long, relaxed neck. And then see if you can take that line further. So from the fingertip shoulders all the way up through the hips and the tailbone, just a nice long line. Let's take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, really small steps, step the feet forward, but try and keep your arms and upper body just as strong. Right? So really stay grounded there. And just walk the feet forward as far as you can while keeping the hands planted. So you might come up onto your tippy toes, kind of like you're going up into a handstand. And then walk the feet back. There you go, nice. So trying to keep the upper body in the same position as your down dog. Alright, cool. And once you're in down dog, just get a nice stretch for a moment. And then let's do that again. Let's walk the feet up nice and slow. Right, keep the neck relaxed. Try and keep the upper body just as it is in your down dog. Really lifting the hips. There you go, nice, like really nice active forward fold. And then let's walk the feet back. Get all the way back to your down dog. Alright, cool. And in down dog, let's take a nice big breath in, lift up the hips. And as you exhale, bend the knees. And then let's walk or step up to the hands. Alright, once you're there, inhale to a flat back, really lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold. Relax the neck. Alright, and let's spread the feet apart about shoulders distance. Put a nice bend in the knees. And let's interlace the hands behind the back. Let's get a little shoulder and wrist release. So try and keep your knees bent so your belly and ribs are on your thighs. Right, nice and even grounding in your feet. And then squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then raise the hands up. There you go, nice. And then really relax the neck again. And if it feels good, as you lift up the arms, you can just press into the feet and lift up the hips. Alright, good, but don't do too much, don't do too little. We're trying to find that middle place. Alright, let's take 1 deep breath. Alright, great. Then from here, let's go ahead and bend the knees deeply. Alright, good. So take the gaze straight down to the floor. Bend the knees maybe to a 90-degree angle, and then reach the arms straight ahead. Good. So arms level with your ears. Alright, turn the pinkies in, really push the feet down, and then tear the feet away from each other so your glutes are nice and strong. Alright, cool. Keep breathing. And then keep this bend in your knees, and then just raise the upper body and arms as much as you can. So really low squat. There you go, guys. Try and be even in the roots and the toes in your heels. And then, just feeling some heat build up. Feeling those leg muscles. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath. Alright, then inhale. Stand all the way up. Push into your feet. Stretch up. Maybe look up and stretch back. And as you exhale, hands through prayer. And all the way down to the floor. Fold forward. And inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, let's step back to plank pose. Okay, let's take a breather in plank pose. We'll take about 5 breaths here. Alright, so if you want to, move around a little bit. Move forward and back on the toes. Move the heels from side to side. Just move the shoulders around. Something to feel a little bit dynamic in your plank. Alright, 2 more deep breaths. There you go, good. Nice. Last breath. Really strong core. All 4 limbs nice and strong, pressing into the floor. Alright, then in the center, take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, lower down the knees. Lower all the way down to your belly. Good. Untuck the toes. And as you inhale, just lift the chest off the floor and the hands off the floor into a little baby cobra. Good. Tuck the chin. And as you exhale, lower the hands, lower the forehead down. Good. Try and root the tops of the feet, root the pelvis into the floor. And then inhale, lift the hands up, lift the chest up. There you go, nice. Pull the elbows back, lengthen the back of the neck. And as you exhale, lower everything down, tap the forehead. Alright, then inhale one more time. Lift the hands, lift the upper body. And then let's hold here for a few breaths. Alright, so nothing extreme. Try and keep the tops of your feet pushing down. That'll activate your glutes. And then tuck the elbows in, pull the elbows back, and then reach up through the tops of your ears. So you're really lengthening your spine. Alright, there you go, nice. And then from there, just really lightly place the hands on the floor, and then pull the hands back like you're trying to stretch the chest forward, and then maybe push into the hands, and then lift the chest up. Alright, full cobra, as full grown as you want it to be right now. And let's take one nice deep breath, shoulders down the back. And as you exhale, lower down. And let's go back to child's pose. Yeah, let's take a few breaths here. Alright, nice warm up. Really feeling some heat, at least on my end. Alright, so just feel what your body's feeling. Just noticing the effect, noticing how things are changing. But all you need to do is just breathe. Let's take one more deep breath. Alright, great. Now let's come all the way back up to down dog. Alright, cool. In down dog, let's take 3 deep breaths. Alright, so just focus on refining your breath. Good, really gentle and smooth breath. Okay, last breath. Alright, then as you inhale, lift the hips up nice and high, deepen the stretch. And as you exhale, bend the knees and walk or step up to your hands. Inhale to a flat back, nice long breath, really lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, fold. And relax the neck. Alright, push into the feet. As you inhale, lead with the arms, come all the way up to standing. Nice and strong legs as you stretch up. Maybe a little back bend. And as you exhale, hands through prayer, down to the floor. Hands touch down, relax the face. And then inhale to a flat back. And as you exhale, let's step the left foot to the back of the mat. Good, runner's lunge. And then we'll spin the left heel down and come up into warrior one. Okay, so just 2 breaths here. Arms can stay on the hips, arms can go up, but just find your feet. And see if you can feel like you're squeezing the floor with your feet, right? Like you're gripping the floor with your feet. All right, and then inhale, take the arms up if they're not already. And as you exhale, straighten the right knee and fold forward. A nice fold. Bend the right knee as much as you need to. Relax the head. And let's take a breath here. All right, relax the lower back. All right, and then let's rebend the right knee, spin up onto the left toes, back into a runner's lunge, and then lean onto your left hand, and we'll take the right hand all the way up, runner's twist. All right, just 2 breaths, just kind of briefly passing through these poses at first. All right, 1 more breath. All right, if you can, watch the right hand come all the way down. Nice and careful transition. And then let's step the left foot forward, forward fold. And then inhale to a flat back. All right, really strong legs. And as you exhale, fold. All right, again, root the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. All right, pressing down to lift up, full breath. And as you exhale, hands through prayer. Hands all the way down to the floor. And inhale, come to a flat back. And as you exhale, right foot to the back of the mat. Nice big step. And then spin the right heel down. And let's come up into warrior one. All right, so again, hands wherever you want. I like to have the hands on the hips. And then just 2 breaths. Again, just feel your connection with the floor. So really squeezing and hugging. All right, then inhale. Take the arms up. Maybe lift the chin, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, straighten the left knee and then fold over your left leg. There you go, nice. And we'll take 2 breaths here. Relax the neck. Good. Maybe turn the right hip forward a little bit. All right, and let's rebend the left knee. Spin up onto the right toes, back to a runner's lunge, and then lean onto the right hand. And take the left hand up to the ceiling. There you go, nice. Nice and slow in the transitions. And we'll just take 1 deep breath here. All right, then if you can, watch your left hand come all the way down to the floor. Yeah, touch down. And then let's step back to plank pose. All right, in plank, take a nice big breath in. Try and lift the upper back. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Nice and softly touch down. And then inhale, lift up to a cobra. All right, pull your chest forward, then lift the chest up. And as you exhale, lower down. Either back through child's pose or press up to plank pose. And then back to down dog. All right, nice job. Okay, relax the neck. And let's take 2 deep full breaths here. All right, great. Then from here, let's just set the left knee down to the floor. So left knee down right below your left hip. And then we'll spin the right foot flat to the floor. And we'll come into a supported side plank. So we'll take the right hand up to the ceiling. Okay, cool. So, it's okay to scoot your left hand forward a little bit. Sometimes the left hand and the left knee get too close to each other. And that makes it kind of hard to balance. So feel free to walk your left arm out a little bit and then squeeze the right foot into the floor. Really strengthen your left arm. See if you can feel a sensation of the chest lifting. Recognizing the right arm reaching up like there's a magnetic pull, just kind of spreading your wingspan. Recognize and breathe in deeply. Alright, now if you want to, float the right leg into the air. First, a little more balance. And then that, a little bit more strength on your left arm. And then if you want to, take the right arm, reach it over your right ear. And then just feel a really nice long line from the right heel all the way to the right fingers. Okay, deep breaths. And then, if you're feeling really, really strong today, only if you're feeling really strong, tuck your left toes under and then lift your left knee off the floor. Okay, one deep breath. Alright, set the left knee back down. Take the right arm up and the right hand all the way down to the floor, and then set the right knee down to the floor. Good. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat pose. Good. Inhale to flat back. Let's take the left arm, reach it all the way up to the ceiling. And let's thread the needle. So left arm, reach it all the way over to the right, behind the right wrist. Set the left shoulder, left temple down to the floor. All right, cool. And then the right hand can reach up, wrap around the back, maybe fingers into your left hip crease, or you can just reach the right arm forward to the front of your mat. Whatever feels nice. See if your hips can shift over to the left a little bit, just to center them. There you go, nice. Alright, then let's take 3 deep breaths here. See if you can really relax into this. This pose was really awkward for me for a long time. It still kind of is. Just see if you can relax into it. Just stay with it. One more breath. Alright, wherever your right arm is, take the right hand back to the floor. And then push into the right hand, take the left arm all the way up. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, left hand back down. Alright, then let's straighten your left leg, step back on the toes, and then spin your left foot flat. And then lean onto the right hand, take the left hand up to the ceiling. Okay, cool. So let's really set like a solid foundation here in the side plank, with the supported side plank. So again, really squeeze your left foot into the floor and see if that can kind of lengthen your lower back. So glutes are engaged, core is engaged. And then really press the right hand into the floor. Right. That's one reason that we ground so much like that, is because maybe now you're noticing that just naturally you're using your core strength a little bit more. Alright, great. Then if you want to, lean onto the right hand a little bit more. Lift your left leg off the floor. If your left leg's lifting, don't lose your core. Alright, so keep the tailbone tucked. And then if you want, left arm over your left ear. Get a nice stretch. Stay with your deep breath. And then, if you still want a little bit more, tuck the right toes and then lift the right knee. Maybe no one's doing it. I'm falling all over the place. Alright, good. And then right knee back down. Good. Left arm back up. And then left hand down. Left knee down. And inhale to a cow. And exhale to a cat. Get a nice stretch on the back. And then inhale to a neutral spine. And let's take the right hand all the way up to the ceiling. Open the chest. And then let's thread the needle. Take the right arm, slide it behind the left. Right shoulder down, right temple down. Alright, cool. So make sure your neck feels comfortable. Make sure your right shoulder feels comfortable. And then left hand, again, wherever feels nice. And notice if your hips are shifting to the left, just guide them over to the right. Very good. And then relax your face. Relax your eyes and your jaw. And then 2 deep breaths. Really sweet and smooth breaths. Alright, nice and slowly. Take your left hand back to the floor. Push down. Take the right hand all the way back up. Take an inhale. Open the chest. And as you exhale, right hand back down. And let's step back to down dog. Alright, nice. Let's take 5 deep breaths here. There you go. And then, just focusing on your breath opens up so much. We can notice a lot more. We can, break a lot of patterns of thinking just by coming back to the breath, just breathing and feeling. Because, a lot comes up in a yoga class, just like in our life. But when we do something so deliberately, so consciously, then we notice a lot of thoughts come up. And we might react to those thoughts with more anger, like get out of here. But that's just kind of, putting gasoline on the fire. So whatever you notice, whatever thoughts come up, alright, just kind of say, oh, hello, and then come back to your breath. Alright, let's take one more nice deep breath, lift up the hips. And as you exhale, bend the knees, and then walk or step up to your hands. And inhale to a flat back, full breath, grow the spine. And as you exhale, let's step the left foot to the back of the mat, and we'll come back into Warrior One. So left heel down, and then come all the way up. Alright, cool. So if you want, arms can be on the hips. If you're feeling good, take the arms all the way up. And we'll hold this one for a few more breaths. So if you're balanced, see if you can close your eyes. There you go, nice. And with eyes closed, a nice option is hands in prayer in front of the heart. And then just feel your feet into the earth. Really ground your attention. Focus on something really stable. And then see if that can actually elongate your breath. See if that makes your strength a little bit more effortless. Alright, nice job. Let's take one more deep breath. Alright, great. Then open the eyes, inhale, take the arms up. And as you exhale, hands to prayer, straighten the right knee. Alright, now let's take the hands to the hips. And then let's step the left foot in just a little bit. So we'll do like an active pyramid pose now. Alright, so stance a little bit shorter. And then see that you can have your left hip square straight ahead really easily. So maybe you want to make your stance a little bit wider. Alright, and then hands on your hips. So the fingers right in your hip crease. Alright, cool. Ground the feet. And then kind of like ground your hips down. So like push your hips down with your hands. Lift the chest up. Lengthen the spine. Take a nice big breath in. And then as you exhale, let's fold forward with a flat back. And we'll come halfway down. Alright, cool. So left heel pressing down. Base of right big toe pressing down. Nice. And then use your fingers to help you out, right? So you're kind of tilting the pelvis forward, and then you're pulling the right hip back, right? Pulling the right hip back, and then a sense of lifting your hips, and that comes a lot from your legs. There you go, nice. Tuck the chin, take a nice big breath in, lengthen the crown of the head away from the tailbone, and then as you exhale, deepen the fold if you want to. There you go, nice. Okay, now stay with your breath. And then use your hands here still, right? So the right hip is lifting. Good. And the right hip is pulling back. Good. Relax the neck. And let's take one more nice deep breath. Alright, cool. And then carefully release the hands down to the floor. Alright, cool. So hands on either side of the right foot. And then let's lean onto the left hand. And let's take the right hand to the right hip. And then twist over to the right. So we'll do a revolved triangle. Alright, cool. So the legs are pretty much doing the same thing, right? Right hip's pulling back. Good. And then both hips are kind of lifting up. And then now use your right or left hand for as much support as you need. So really push into the floor, lift the chest, and then if you want to, take the right arm all the way up. Alright, cool. And see if you can create as much space in your chest as you can. Alright, so open up space for the breath. Let's take one more deep breath. Alright, if you can, watch the right hand come all the way down to the floor. There you go, nice job. Okay, and then let's rebend the right knee, spin up onto the left toes, slide the left foot back, so back into a runner's lunge, and let's spin the left heel flat. Let's take the right hand inside the right foot, and then left hand to your left hip, and let's open up into extended side angle. So roll the chest open towards your left, and you can be on your right fingertips. You can hold your ankle with your right hand, or you can take the right elbow onto your right thigh. Alright, cool. So let that right inner thigh open up, right? If you can, squeeze the right knee and arm into each other. Squeeze your left foot into the floor, and then left arm up. And left arm at an angle if you want to. Alright, cool. Now here, if you want to, close the eyes. And again, just really ground the pose. Ground yourself. So feet squeezing. Steady breath. 2 more breaths. Alright, cool. Left arm all the way up. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, let's take the left hand all the way back down to the floor. Alright, cool. And let's walk the hands to the left into the middle of the stance, and we'll come into Prasarita. Alright, cool. So now, legs nice and wide, heels further apart than your toes, toes a little bit turned in. And let's take a breath in, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, fold into it. Alright, and then try to really relax the neck here too. Right, so relax the very upper part of the back of your neck. And then kind of like an active rest. Right, so we're in a half inversion. Really makes the heart's job a lot easier. Right, gravity is helping the blood pump out of the heart. So really take advantage of it. I try to take another deep full breath. Alright, cool. And then inhale to walk the hands forward. Alright, come to a flat back, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, to walk over to the left foot and pivot into a runner's lunge. So left foot forward, spin up onto the right toes. And then let's spin the right heel flat. And let's come into Warrior One with the left foot forward. Alright, cool. So 5 full breaths here. Alright, hands on hips, hands to prayer, or arms all the way up. Maybe do something different this time. And then if you're balanced, close the eyes. Good, and just deep breaths. That's a big reason why we get quote unquote stuck in life is because we do the same exact thing, the same exact way. And so this is a really nice opportunity just to practice something different, even if it's so tiny. 2 more breaths. Alright, cool. And then open the eyes. Inhale. Take the arms up. Nice big breath. And as you exhale, hands to prayer, straighten your left knee. And then hands to the hips. Okay. So let's step the right foot in just a little bit, and then maybe broaden your stance. All right, so again, the right hip is totally squared forward. Okay, and then hands on your hips, fingers right in the hip crease. Okay, ground the feet, and then inhale, push the hips down with your hands, lift the chest up. And as you exhale, fold forward with a flat spine, just halfway down. All right, cool. So now kind of you're looking right down at your left big toe, right? Lengthening the neck, pull the elbows back. Nice. And see if you can sense like a little bit of a cobra here. Right, so the back is nice and strong. There you go, nice. And then pull the left hip back, lift both hips up. Take one more nice big breath in, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold. All right, cool. So again, try to relax the neck as you lengthen the spine. Try to relax the face. Nice, and then just bring as much interest into the pose as you can. Right, notice the challenge, and just breathe into it. All right, one more breath. All right, then carefully release. Hands down to the floor. All right, cool. And then plant the right palm on the floor right inside your left foot. Take your left hand to your left hip, and then lift the chest, and then twist over to your left. All right, cool. All right, it's a nice open chest. And again, see if you can pull your left hip back. So it's like you're stretching your left hip and the crown of your head away from each other. So a nice long line there. All right, good. Keep the right heel grounded if you want to. Take the left arm up. Again, just bring as much ease into it as you can. All right, let's take 2 deep breaths. All right, keep a lot of space in your chest. Good, last breath. Okay, if you can, watch the left hand come all the way back down. And then re-bend your left knee. Right, spin up onto the right toes. Slide the right toes back a little bit, so back into a runner's lunge. And then take the left hand to the inside of your left foot, so both hands planted inside, and then spin the right heel flat. And guys, really feel all the movements in the transitions. And then right hand to your right hip. Good, maybe onto your left fingertips, and then roll the right shoulder back at extended side angle. All right, so again, left hand on the floor, a block, fingertips. You can grab the ankle. You can place your elbow on your thigh. Whatever place feels reasonable for you. Get like a reasonable challenge. All right, if you want, right arm up. And if you want, right arm overhead. Nice, really plant the right foot and extend through the right fingers. All right, 3 deep breaths. If you want to, let the eyes close. Good. How smooth can you make the breath? Good. No matter what's going on, how calm can you stay? All right, last breath. All right, cool. Then right arm all the way back up. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, float the right hand down to the floor. All right, both hands planted inside the left foot. And then again, let's walk to Prasarita. Walk the hands right into the middle of your stance. Turn the heels out, toes in. All right, cool. And then here, see if you can bend your knees a little bit, right, and just even out the weight between the heels and the balls of your feet. And then if you want to, interlace the hands behind the back, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. And good. And see if you can feel like you're stretching the knuckles and the crown of the head away from each other. So there's like a line there. Hands reach up, the crown of the head just relaxes down. Alright, good. And then pressing into the feet if it feels good. Just lift the hips up. Again, not too much, not too little. Like my friend told me, the Goldilocks effect. Trying to find that perfect spot. And that doesn't mean comfortable. I mean, it means being comfortable with some discomfort. Now let's take another deep breath. Alright, then release the hands to your lower back. And release the hands down to the floor. Inhale, flat back, walk the hands forward. And as you exhale, let's walk the hands over to the right foot. So back towards the front of the mat. Right foot forward, up on left toes. And then let's step back to plank pose. Alright, in plank, take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Nice and easy. Alright, inhale to cobra. Lift the chest, full breath. And as you exhale, lower down. Let's bend both knees. Bring the heels towards your butt. And then reach back with your hands. And if you can, grab the outsides of your ankles. If that doesn't work, you can just interlace your hands. Alright, so ground the pelvis. And then start with the upper body. So just roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest up. And then if it feels good, start to press back with your feet using your quads. If it feels good, squeeze the glutes. Alright, but keep the breath in a nice flow. Alright, good. And just let yourself grow into the pose. Alright, so don't go to the max. Let yourself go there. Good, let's take 2 more deep breaths. Alright, good. Last breath in. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Alright, cool. And let's rest on the right cheek. Arms alongside the body. And then take your feet out a little bit, so feet wider. Let the heels drop inward. And maybe shake the hips out. Just let the hips relax. And let's take a couple deep breaths into the belly. Let's take 2 deep breaths. Fill up the belly. Alright, great. And the feet a little closer together. Forehead back to the floor. And let's bend the knees. Let's do one more round. Alright, cool. So hold the ankles. The second round is always so much more open. Alright, so at your own pace, go into it. And then just breathe your way into it. Alright, don't pull yourself into it, but breathe. Gradually come up. Maybe you don't even go up as high the second time. Maybe you go up higher. It really doesn't matter what's happening, but how are you doing it? Right, what's your attention like? Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Alright, good. Then one last big breath in. And as you exhale, carefully release. Alright, good. Lay down the legs and the arms. Let's turn onto the left cheek. Alright, cool. And then spread the legs a little bit wider apart. Let the heels drop in. Shake the hips. Alright, cool. And feel your heartbeat. And take a couple deep belly breaths. So the breath into your belly. Kind of massaging your lower back just with your breath. Alright, cool. And then from here, let's come up onto all fours. Alright, take your time. And then once you're there, let's inhale, cow pose, drop the belly. It's an easy arch to the back. And as you exhale, really easily round the back. Stretch out the back. We'll do it a few times, so no need to go to the max the first one. And then inhale, cow pose. Nice and even arch of the back. And as you exhale, cat pose. All right, one more round. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. All right, good. Inhale to a neutral spine. And let's bring the knees together and then sit back onto the heels. And then let's roll over onto one hip. Bring the legs out in front. All right, cool. So shake the legs out, pat the knees to the floor. And roll the thighs in and out. All right, let's do some ankle circles. All right, so nice and slow. If you want to, close the eyes. Or if you want to keep the eyes open, then just see if you can focus on the floor right between your feet so you can watch both feet at the same time. All right, but smooth out your breath. And then make the movement a little bit slower. All right, good. Slower and smoother. And then switch direction. So it might get smoother if you maybe go for a little bit less of a circle. So I'm saying that a lot in this class. I say it a lot anyway, but in this class a lot. Do a little bit less, go a little bit slower. That's oftentimes the last thing that people want to hear. But we can do that here. It's a good place to practice not having to get anywhere. Oh, that's a good one. Because we're always trying to get somewhere. We're always trying to get something. And that just takes us out of what we're doing. Alright, cool. So then from here, let's bend both knees, step the feet to the floor, and we'll do a spinal twist. So take the left ankle and then pull it over towards the right hip. So the left thigh is on the floor. And then take the right foot, step it across. And if that doesn't feel good, then you can straighten your left knee like this. That's also an option. Trying to have both of your sitting bones flat on the floor. And then right hand down, inhale, left arm up like a mermaid, stretching up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, wrap the arm around your knee. And then at first kind of pull yourself into the twist. And then notice, if your spine rounded at all. Try and press the left knee into the floor. Try and sit up a little bit taller. And then relax the shoulders. Maybe drop the chin a little bit. Alright, cool. And then just maintain the pose. So not using all your strength to twist more, but just maintain the twist. And then just give your breath to the pose, give your breath to the body. The body knows exactly what to do from here. You don't have to worry, you just have to breathe. Take 2 breaths. Okay, carefully take the gaze forward. And then take the hands over to the left, a little counter twist. And then back straight ahead. Lean back onto the hands, switch the legs out. Alright, cool. And then maybe lift the hips, and then just kind of, set them back down in an even place. Alright, so left hand behind. Inhale, right arm up. Big breath in, lift the chest. And as you exhale, hold your left leg, pull yourself into the twist. Alright, good. And then from there, just kind of evaluate. Both sitting bones feeling really heavy and sinking into the floor, maybe pressing the right thigh into the floor. And then from that grounding, the spine is as effortlessly as you can lifting upwards. Shoulders are relaxed, face is relaxed, and the breath is in a constant deep flow. Alright, so as we move to the floor and calm things down, see if you can start to let your breath be a little bit longer in pace and a little bit smoother on the transition points. So almost like a breath when you're in meditation. Can you bring a breath like that into your yoga poses? Alright, let's take one more deep breath. Alright, then take the gaze forward. Take the hands over to the right. Find a little counter twist. Alright, then back to the center. And then from here, let's do double pigeon. Alright, so just slide your right foot forward so the right shin is parallel with the front of your mat. And then we'll keep the left foot right on top of your right knee. Alright. And then try to have the ankle bone outside of your thigh there, right? So your foot's not inside, but the ankle bone goes a little bit outside, and that'll change everything. Alright, so keep your feet flexed. If this is a lot for you, then just lean back on your hands like this. Alright, if you can, sit up nice and straight, and let's do something different today. So let's place our hands right in our hip, the hip crease, and this time the thumbs will be pressing right down the hip crease, the fingers will be on the outer hip. Alright, so push down with your hands, so really grounding your hips, and then take an inhale, stretch the spine up, lift the chest, and then as you exhale, just hinge from the waist and fold forward, but we're keeping a long spine. Okay, so we're holding the hips down with the hands, and then notice, right, if you can relax some kind of contraction where your thumbs are right now. So pushing down, maybe rolling the thighs out a little bit, help with that external rotation. And then just relax the shoulders, keep the spine lengthening. Very nice. And the hands here will really help the hips release a lot more. Right? That's kind of like a compression sleeve. Right? It holds the muscle so the muscle can relax and heal. So here the hands are grounding, just telling the hips you don't need to do everything right now, but you can just relax, you can release. Alright, and let's take 2 more deep full breaths. And last breath, letting something go on the exhale. Alright, then inhale, come all the way back up. Alright, take the hands behind you, and then really carefully, really slowly here, switch the legs around. Okay, so this is when the slow transitions really come in handy after a really deep hip opener. Okay, so now right leg down, the left leg down, right leg on top, and then go ahead and lift the hips. See if you can even out the sitting bones on the floor. Alright, then flex both feet. Alright, if you want to, take the hands right into your hip crease. Alright, so thumbs right on the front of the hip crease, fingers around the outside of the hip, and then push down, maybe roll the hands out a little bit. And then inhale, lift the chest as you push down the hips. And as you exhale, just hinging from the waist. It might be just a little bit. It might not be much at all. Alright, so flat back, anchoring the hips, lengthening the spine. And see if you can Just put your focus on the hips and breathe in and out of your hips, and then just watch what happens. Every breath, letting go of having to do something or having to get something. Just watching and breathing with no expectations, no agenda. And what is your body telling you? Maybe it's saying, let's get the heck out of here. Let's take a nice big breath in, come all the way back up. Alright, then hands behind you. Alright, really carefully straighten the legs out. Really slow-mo. Alright, and then pat the knees to the floor. Roll the thighs in and out. Okay, and let's do a seated forward fold. So both legs straight out in front, maybe about hips distance. So put a bend in your knees. So put kind of like put a big bend in your knees, so one of those pomelo grapefruits can roll underneath. All right, then sit up nice and tall. Inhale, take the arms up, flex the toes up, and as you exhale, fold forward. All right, so just like in the forward fold, see if you can lay your belly and your chest on your thighs. Grab the outsides of your feet, and it's easy because your knees are so bent. And then take an inhale, lengthen the spine, so the spine lengthens in the same angle as your thighs. And then as you exhale, with that length, just fold forward. All right, cool. And keep the knees bent. See how it feels for a breath or two. See if you can feel the spine lengthening from the sitting bones all the way up through the crown of your head. It helps if the shoulders move down towards the hips. And then if it feels like you want to deepen it, then just one at a time, walk the hips back. One sit bone at a time. Kind of like you're walking with peg legs. Alright, cool. And then let's really deepen the breath here. Alright, so we have 5 breaths here. Just see how subtle and gentle and smooth you can make your breath. Just get fully into what you're doing. When you're fully into what you're doing, then you're present. And it's kind of like you're no longer doing, but you're being. And that kind of just means that we're not thinking, just experiencing. Good. Deep breath. Follow the breath all the way. 2 more breaths. What's outside of your thinking mind? What's on the other side? Take 1 more breath. Alright, great. Then ground the heels into the floor, reach the arms forward, take an inhale, come all the way up with a flat back. And as you exhale, hands through prayer. Good, and then hands down. And then let's come all the way onto our backs. Alright, once you're on your back, squeeze the knees into the chest, a couple rocks from side to side. And just really enjoy this. Enjoy coming down to the floor, rolling the back out. If we could all spend more time on the floor in our lives, I guarantee you our physical health would drastically improve. Okay. And let's go right in the center. All right, squeeze the knees in. And then just let your back really relax and decompress here. All right, so just really gently press the sacrum into the floor. Really gently hug the shoulder blades into the floor. And see if you can tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck. And then take 2 deep breaths. Right, breathe into the length of your spine. And then as you exhale, just feel the spine sinking into the floor, the whole back sinking into the floor. Try one more breath. Alright, great. Let's take the feet to the floor. And let's do a figure 4 stretch. So take the right leg and cross it over your left thigh. And then reach through with your hands. Either lace your fingers on your left hamstring or on your left shin below your knee. And then pull the knee in. Guys, but try and keep the sacrum hugging the floor. Try and keep the shoulder blades hugging the floor. Right, so the back is still decompressing here. Right, maybe flex the right foot. And then once you feel the stretch in the right hip, let's see if you can just hold it. Just pause the physical stuff. And then just place your attention on the stretch. And give your breath to your body. Let's take 2 breaths. Alright, cool. And carefully release. Let's take the left foot down to the floor. So then keep the right ankle in the same position. Take your left hand on top of your right ankle. And then just guide the legs all the way to the left. So the sole of the right foot's on the floor. The right arm opens up in like a figure 4 twist. Alright, cool. Let the head get nice and heavy. Take a nice deep breath. Alright, then head back to center. Let's bring the legs back to the center. And then let's squeeze the right knee in. And then straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling. Get a nice stretch in the back of the right leg. You can hold the right leg anywhere except for behind the knee. Alright, cool. And then let's point and flex the feet a couple times. The right foot. Good. Deep breath. Alright, and then squeeze the right knee in. Alright, then right foot down. And let's do figure 4 on the other side. So left ankle outside the right thigh. Reach through with your hands. Grab what makes sense on this side. Alright, cool. Flex the left foot. Pull the knee in. Then make sure that your back is relaxed. Alright, make sure you're not bothering your left knee. And then just see what this side feels like. So just give all your attention to this side. And giving all of our attention to something is, also practicing gratitude. We're just completely recognizing that it's there. And we're just kind of being with it in wonder. Like really, really appreciating that it's here. Take a deep breath. Alright, then release, place the right foot back down to the floor. Okay, and keep your legs as they are. Take the right hand, top of the left ankle, guide the legs all the way over to the right, and then just unfurl your left arm out to the left. Let the head turn wherever feels good, and then let the neck completely relax, and let's take 2 deep breaths. There you go, good. Really just getting loose on the exhale. Alright, and then back to the center. Bring the legs back to the center, and then squeeze your left knee in. And then straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling. Get a nice stretch. Knee can definitely be bent. And then just pull the leg in. Good, and then breathe deeply. And let's point and flex the foot a couple times. Alright, and squeeze the knee in. Alright, and let's place both feet on the floor. And let's do some bridge rolls. Alright, so feet about hips distance, arms alongside the body, toes pointing straight ahead. And then as you inhale, push into the feet, lift the hips up. Now try and feel a massage on your back, so go nice and slow. And then as you exhale, roll the back down. So really tuck the tailbone. Good. Squeeze the belly button into the floor as you press the lower back into the floor. And let's try 2 more of those. So inhale, lifting the hips, and exhale, lowering. And just go nice and slow. Right, just rolling out the back a little bit more before we hold one. Nice, and just let your attention flow with each part of the spine as it's touching or coming away from the floor. Building a lot of awareness of your spine and building fluidity and suppleness. Okay, great. And then after your last one, let's hold the hips up. Alright, great. And then if you want to, you can interlace the hands underneath your body. You can grab the sides of your mat, pull the mat apart. So whatever you do, try and get the shoulders under your back a little bit. And then use your arms and upper back muscles to open up the chest a little bit more. Press the base of your big toes into the floor and use your glutes to lift the hips. There you go, nice. And then relax the neck, relax the face. And let's take 2 deep full breaths. And so hips are lifted, and we're inverting the heart here too. So it's a really energizing pose that the heart really gets help from again. It's pretty amazing. One more deep breath. Okay, carefully release your hands. And then take the arms overhead. Take a nice big breath in, lift the heels. And as you exhale, roll the back down nice and easy. One last massage. Alright, and let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open up. And take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Good, deep breath. Feel your breath. Feel the pulse in your body. Alright, cool. And with your hands, guide the knees back together. Squeeze the knees in. And then arms out like a T. Let the legs fall to one side. And so just 2 breaths here. And let the body relax. Alright, then inhale back to center. And as you exhale, to the other side. Good, deep breath. Relax the legs, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And then inhale, come to the center. And then squeeze the knees in. Hug the knees in. Bring the forehead towards the knees. Squeeze into a little ball. Squeeze the core, face, hands, feet, arms, legs. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, release. Alright, spread out arms and legs. Alright, so last pose of the class, Shavasana. Just get to fully relax. Take up as much room as you need to. If you can, try and have the palms facing upward. Alright, cool. And then once you find a spot, just let go of everything. So let go of your breath. Let your body just start to breathe all by itself. And then over the course of the next few minutes, just watch your body as it releases more and more tension. Just keep your attention present on your body, and kind of exploring your body again with interest. And honestly, just giving yourself permission to relax. Alright, good. Just for about one more minute. Just keep coming back to your body. Keep coming back to your internal experience. And just watch your body melt a little bit more. Alright, then nice and easily start to take in some deeper breaths. And then nice and gently start to wake up your body. Right, fingers, toes, open and close the jaw. And turn the head from side to side. Roll the wrists, roll the ankles. Bend the elbows, the knees. And then take the arms overhead. Take a nice long stretch, take a nice deep breath. And then relax. Step the feet in, bring the knees in. And then roll over onto the right side. And just for a moment, just let your head rest on your right arm like a pillow. And relax. And notice how your body feels. And then when you're ready, come all the way up to a comfortable seat. Alright, good. And then hands to prayer in front of the heart. Good. And a soft bow of the head. Good. And then just one last time, just really noticing your breath, right, noticing your body. And then, throughout the day, just trying to come back to this. So instead of reacting to what's happening outside of us, trying to change what's happening outside of us, notice if your body is reacting or constricting. Come back to your body, calm yourself, and then see what you want to do. All right, one last breath. Inhale, take the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, hands to your heart. And softly bow the head. And take a moment, please thank yourself for your practice. Thank yourself for your time, for your attention, and for your effort. And I thank each of you too very much. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great week ahead of you. All right, namaste.